Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live session. I'm super excited to be here. To be honest, this is my first live session on this channel, so I'm super happy and super stoked, super excited to be here. Hope you are doing well, and I'm super excited to jump right into it because in this live session we are going to talk about the top 10 technologies you must know in 2024. Just a little bit of context, my background is in IT, so I have like 14 years experience in IT. I've been a lot in the tech industry and done a lot of stuff. I also wrote a couple of books. This is one of my books, Ethical Hacking for Beginners. Also wrote a couple of programming books, networking books, and also wrote this business book, The Profit Secrets Method. It seems a way to double your profits while decreasing your workload in order to live a more fulfilling life. If in case you want this book, you can get the summary of the book for free. Just check the link in the description. Okay, so let's see, what are the top 10 technologies in, by the way, this is my opinion, right? So what are the top 10 technologies you must know in 2024? And I'm gonna start with the first one. Just a sec for me to share the screen because I want to write it down in order for each and every one of us to have a clear visual picture of what we're going to talk about. So number one, in my opinion, I guess you've heard of it. Maybe you've tried it. 1 billion people tried it at least in the last 12 months. It's since it has been launched. I guess you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ChatGPT. In my opinion, it's super important to learn how to use properly ChatGPT because I spoke with a lot of people. I spoke with a lot of entrepreneurs. I even spoke with a lot of people that are involved in tech that they don't know how to use ChatGPT properly. They just go to ChatGPT and type in a couple of questions. Okay, write me a poetry, write me a donut recipe, write me a code in HTML or Python or whatever. That's, in my opinion, that's not the right way or the right approach when it comes to such a model that generates natural language. In my opinion, and what I've managed to do was automate a lot of the things that I was doing because I'm able to write the right prompt. So by inputting the right prompt in ChatGPT, you will be able to get the responses that you are seeking. Context is king. Context is king. I hope you're gonna write down this sentence because the more context you can provide a person when you speak with him. Let's say you meet your friend at a coffee shop and you tell what you've been through and what you managed to achieve. If you just give him maybe the end result, it might not have a meaning. It might be something that you just said. But if you build a story, if you put more context to it, the person will feel an emotional connection and will be able to relate and better understand. This is the key word: better understand. So in order for this AI model to better understand your needs and give you a proper response for what you are currently looking, it's super important to tell him specifically. Tell him who he is, what he managed to accomplish, and what you want from ChatGPT. If even more, you can input, or I would suggest you input some data in order for him to give you a more fine-tuned and a better approach to what you currently are looking for. For example, if you want to publish, let's say you want 10 LinkedIn posts, and you want ChatGPT to generate content for your 10 ideas for videos or 10 cold email scripts or whatever the case might be, you would say, okay, ChatGPT, for example, you've sent over 1 million emails over the past 30 years. From these 1 million emails, you managed to get a 99% open rate and a 99% reply rate. You have to exaggerate a little bit to build even greater expectation from him. Okay, from this amount of emails, you managed to generate this amount of results. Okay, I want currently, here's a script or I'm going in the following lines, I'm going to provide you my current script, and I want you to improve it in order to achieve XYZ result, in order to book calls at a 10% rate, in order to personalize the email, whatever the case might be. It's super important to give him or the model to give as much context as possible. This will lead me to the second part, which are the AI tools that are popping up like crazy right now. For example, I'm using an AI tool to edit my videos. There's a tool called Opus, and there are many other tools as well. You can just put a link into the tool. It's an online tool, a cloud-based tool, and it will generate automatically for you video in a short or TikTok format. And that's amazing because you don't have to pay a video editor to spend hours of work to generate 1, 2, maybe 3 videos per hour. But with this tool, you can generate on only 10 minutes, like 15 videos, which is absolutely crazy. You have to fine tune them, but 90 or 95% of the work is being done by this AI tool. And why does this AI tool manage to work? Because this AI tool is connected behind the scenes, connected with an API to OpenAI, which uses basically the algorithm of ChatGPT in order to process data and to find relevant information. Also uses an algorithm that connects to ChatGPT and manages to create proper videos for each and every one of us to, in the most cases, understand and relate with. So context really does matter. And because the model was trained on many videos and is being trained on a lot more videos, it's getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and is able to give more and more accurate video suggestions. So this is one of the reasons why context matters, because in this particular case, okay, you generate video, but there are many other tools like 11 Labs, for example, with which you can produce from text. You can generate voices. You can produce audio from text. You can write a blog article, a podcast, a faceless video. You can also send someone a LinkedIn voice message or WhatsApp voice message, or use it in your sales process. And you can go above and beyond with all of these tools and technology that are popping up like crazy now, because what they are managed to do is build an AI model, create the right context, train it, and then it will serve a certain purpose. So this would be the second one. The third one has to do with automation. Of course, by doing this, by using AI and other tools, you are able to automate a lot of this stuff, this stuff. So first of all, you can use AI to basically reduce the workload and be more productive and get more time for yourself, or to do higher leverage activities. And besides AI, you can use Zapier. I love Zapier. It's a great tool that will enable you to connect multiple applications and automate steps. For example, if you are maybe you're using LinkedIn or Instagram DM and you message someone, or you manage to book a call, maybe you send the person will be registered in your calendar through Calendly, like a scheduling app. And from Calendly, you want to sync them with your CRM, but maybe Calendly doesn't have a native integration to CRM. So this is where Zapier might come into place. You use Calendly, you plug it into Zapier, and from that one you connect it with your CRM. And after that, maybe you want to send the person, I don't know, send a postcard or a physical product to be personalized for him. You could do that if there is a platform for it. You could do that with Zapier, because you will be able to share the data, share the information, and after that just send a gift card or something like that. It's absolutely crazy what you can do with integration and automation in this particular way. Also, for example, I use a platform that's called School, and on School I managed to integrate. Once a user managed to sign up on the platform, I ask him a couple of questions. From those questions, I managed to get the data and input into an Excel spreadsheet, which also I use it, School, Zapier, Excel. From that, I'm adding the person into an SMS follow-up campaign, and eventually the person that was just interested about a course that I was providing, eventually it might turn into a lead, and eventually it might turn into a customer. So I don't have to manually SMS the person. I don't have to do anything of that stuff. It just goes automatically. Okay, moving on to number 4. Also, a big part of the integration era, let's say, are APIs, application programming interfaces, and the integration of apps. In my opinion, it's super important. I just gave you a couple of examples of how you can do it, but maybe you have for your own software, maybe you have your own product that is being custom built. Maybe you have programmers in your team. In my opinion, it's super important to look at the areas within your business and within the software works, and see what are the ways you can integrate it maybe with other softwares that you might own, or other softwares that are out there, and look at doing a great job by combining the softwares, and eventually streamlining processes, automating some activities, and making your team run in a more effective way. Uh, Integrations, APIs are the backend element that manages to build the integration loop, because with the APIs you can exchange data and you can receive data and manipulate it within the algorithm, and eventually make two different and separate apps talk or share data. Number 5 would be scripting. If you are a tech person or not, I would recommend you have a look into scripting, because it will provide you a lot of ideas into how software is being built, how automation is being built, how things are being done from a technical perspective. Maybe you're not a tech person. Maybe you're a people person. You're a great leader. Or maybe you are a person that's doing a great job in sales or in marketing, on all that kind of areas. But we do keep in mind that we currently live in a technology area, and as I recently saw a podcast from Ty Lopez, and he stated a very interesting thing. If you have an info product, or you have an agency, or you have whatever kind of product, in order to increase its market value and the perception for an eventual exit, or for a higher LTV from your customer, it's vital to add a software component to it. Maybe you have an agency and you might build your in-house client reporting system that makes working with your agency seamless and fun, and the client can be on a vacation and he just received an SMS, hey, you got 100 book calls today, whatever the case might be. By knowing how software works, you will be able to have a deeper understanding, especially you as a leader, and eventually speak with your tech team and try to better understand them, and maybe you can relate to them even better, and come up with new ideas, and eventually build a great product, or a greater product that will lead to a higher LTV, also a higher LTV to CAC ratio, and definitely it will increase the value of your company, and eventually you will be able to sell it or scale it for even more than you currently are making profits or market value. The next one would be leveraging job and freelancing platforms. The job and freelancing platforms are also vital for you to know how to recruit better talent. You have platforms like Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn Jobs, and many others that are on the market. There are two ways of using it. At least LinkedIn. My experience is more with LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, you can approach it in two ways, in my opinion. First one would be to post a job and to receive applicants. Then from that part, you can move on and filter them. I have a video on the channel. You can look. It's how to hire people from LinkedIn. Have a look on how I do it, and you will receive a script and also the way my job posting template. But besides that, you are posting a job post out there, and people will come to you. This is a great way. But the other way, especially if you are hiring leaders, would be to, as they say in the recruiting space, to headhunt, to go specifically targeted on a couple of target people that you might have in mind. Reach out to them, start a conversation, start a relationship, maybe invite them, see how they're doing, and invite them in a call and see what they're currently doing, what they're looking for, what's their career goals in the next upcoming years. And if they are a fit, if you feel like you resonate with them, you eventually will be able to bring in top talent from other companies, people that might not have been looking for a job. They probably are not interested, but because you managed to outreach to them, to go ask them for, I don't know, how are things going, and eventually turn into a relationship, have a call, and manage to do business together by them coming on board to your company. This is a great way to leverage a job platform. Also, if you're hiring people that have to do with the operational side of things, you can go on the freelancing route. And on the freelancing route, of course, you have platforms such as Upwork, Fiverr, onlinejobs.ph, where you can find great people to help you with appointment setting, with creating content, with customer service, with fulfillment, media buying, whatever the case might be for you. So yeah, definitely have a look on these platforms. Also, number 7 would be SEO. So yeah, SEO, it's a big one, especially because of the rising cost of advertising out there. There are more and more people that advertise. Also, the cost of acquisition is going only in the upper direction. More and more people are looking for ways to create content, but if the content won't be shown to the right person, it's not a great deal of it's not a great part, because you want your work to be eventually rewarded, and you want to show up in front of the right people. For example, on this channel currently, I'm working on building and tweaking the SEO in order for the YouTube to show the content, and also Google to show the content for the right person. I managed to do this on my other channel, which is a channel in Romanian where I teach IT and programming. And on that channel, we got like almost 5 million views, and I would guess around half of the views came from SEO. So 2.5 million came from SEO, or 2 million views came just from SEO in the past couple of months. And as well, 15,000 people find us through SEO only on YouTube. And if I would add up the websites and all the other platforms, would be like around 30,000 people month over month are come in contact with us through our videos, through the blog articles that we wrote, only through SEO. And in this way, it helps build a strong business, a sustainable business, a stable business, and also helps a lot with increasing the brand. So definitely have a look into SEO. Also, maybe for your job posting, when you're posting a job, it's super important to include the right keywords, and in order to attract the right people. Moving on to number 8. Yeah, number 8 would be cloud everything, like cloud everything, which is super important, especially because you might have like a platform where you do your design, maybe a platform where you do your chat, your whatever. In the past, we used to have a lot of apps on our computer that we managed to have to install. Maybe some worked, some didn't work. Some of the apps might have viruses. Some of the apps might have been cracked. Whatever the case might be, in today's era, it's vital to use cloud applications, because it will enable you to scale faster, to be even more secure, and eventually it will help you reduce costs and reduce also risk. Because if you have a lot of apps that store data locally on your computer, and your computer doesn't work at a certain point in time, you will almost lose all your data, or more probably you will lose your data. So by going in a cloud everything approach, you might move your data into Dropbox or Google Drive or OneDrive, or whatever the provider might be, so it would be storage, it would be maybe design, like you can use Canva, it would be video editing like Vid. Of course, you can do everything in these apps. If you are producing videos for Netflix, it might be very difficult to video edit a video in a cloud platform. You might have to do it locally with a Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, or Final Cut Pro, or After Effects. But for most users, we can use and leverage this application and software that are available out there, use them, and streamline our services, make the security part even more important, and the backup part even more important, because probably Google has a lot more backup space and room space that we do on our computer. So yeah, that's at least for me, I sleep better at night because I have the cloud everything approach. Number 9 would be cybersecurity. So if you're a business owner, if you're a leader, it's important to have ownership on the company, what's going on, the processes, the people, the cash flow. It's also important to keep in mind that yeah, there might be, unfortunately, there might be a war going on, a conflict in the world, but do keep in mind that cybersecurity war is happening since the beginning of the internet. So there are like 34 300 400 million cyber attacks every day, at least in the WordFence app, that which is a web application firewall for WordPress. They registered around 300 million attacks per day. That's crazy. So that's only through their network, and there are many other networks. So maybe there are more than a billion cyber attacks that are going on each and every day. Many of them are automated. A part of them are manual and targeted, but hackers have systems that they use. So yeah, because I was speaking ethical hacker for beginner, hackers have some systems that they use to automate and eventually try to reach out through servers, through websites, through mobile apps, through email accounts, through whatever, in order to hack people, get access, and eventually extract data. With that data, they might go to different other companies and sell the data. And yeah, and this is the reason why Spam Nation happens, and all the dark web and all that bad stuff that happens on the internet. So do keep in mind the cybersecurity aspect for yourself and for your business. Use extensions like ad blocker, use privacy badger, another extension. Also, do not click on each and every link that it's being shown to you. Double check people. If you receive a message on Facebook, hey, are you in this photo? Don't click it. If you receive, I've recently started receiving on my Facebook page a almost a support like message from Facebook. Hey, X page, we are going to turn off your page, will be shut down if you don't take emergency action. Click on this link and submit your information for us to do whatever the case. And I almost did it. I was like one click away. I clicked the link and I was like one click away to go in. I teach this thing, like it's my responsibility to be mindful about how I approach and how I do the cybersecurity part. And they almost got me. They almost tricked me into pursuing and doing the thing that would eventually lead me to losing my page, and eventually they might gather information and even have access to email, phone number, credit cards, and all that kind of stuff. And okay, if you are secure and you are good, and you know that you are responsible from a cyber perspective, make sure your employees do as well. Make sure they don't install apps, that don't go on various websites that you don't want them to be on. Also, that they don't click on links. They are aware of what spam and scam is, and it's vital for every growing organization, especially once you start growing, you have something that's working and it's in place, and it's sustainable and it's stable, and you want to grow it even more. Eventually you will become probably a little bit less hungry, and you want to preserve more, and you will be more afraid of losing than wanting to build even more. So the fear of loss will happen. This is a normal thing. It's a human thing. Do keep in mind that corporations invest millions of dollars each and every year in the cybersecurity part. So yeah, do keep this in mind, and make sure you pay attention to it. And number 10 would have to do with blockchain. Blockchain is not a technology that has to do only with crypto and Bitcoin and Scam Nation, all that kind of stuff. It also has to do with ensuring a better supply chain, ensuring integrity of the orders, and helping businesses scale and be more transparent with their users. Blockchain helps with this, and it's secure by nature. So another key technology that you might want to have a look on, because by combining all of these 10 tools, it's not that one tool is better than the other. Is by combining them you can build something that will put you in front of the market, will help you generate better results for your customers, and eventually will help you to work less and become more and more profitable. So guys, thanks for watching this video. These are the top 10 tech, in my opinion, that you must know in 2024 as an entrepreneur, as a leader. Number one, again, ChatGPT, and knowing how to correctly address the questions. Context is king, don't forget that. Number two would be AI tools, video editing, speech to text, text to speech, summarizers, and a lot of tools that will enable you to do more work in less time, or to work in a more effective way. Number three is automation, using AI and Zapier to automate your activities, to automate a lot of the manual labor that you are doing or your employees were doing. Number four would be API and app integrations. If you have a software currently in place that you've built, look for ways to integrate it with other tools and create a better experience, a more valuable product, and eventually look for ways to be as effective as possible. There's a saying that the future billion-dollar company eventually will have only 3 people in charge and a lot of AI and code in the backend. Number five has to do with scripting with Python. If you are not a tech person, do look into Python, because it's an easy to learn programming language. I have a book on Amazon. You can search my name, Ramon, and it's a beginner's book to Python. And you can learn a little bit of scripting from that book. And with the scripting, you can better understand how the tech side works, and eventually manage to build better products, come up with new ideas, and fortify the product of your business even more. Number six has to do with jobs and freelancing platforms, knowing how to look, where to look, and for which person to look. Number seven is SEO, making yourself discoverable in the major platforms like YouTube, Google, Amazon. Why not? Also the other platforms, LinkedIn and TikTok, also has an interesting SEO feature. Number eight, cloud everything, or cloud everywhere. Actually, I wanted to everything and anywhere. Look for platforms for you to use, like Canva, like vid.io, like opus.pro, like the Google workspace, and other apps that you will only use on the web, that are in the cloud, because it will enable you to scale faster. Number nine, cybersecurity. Look for ways to keep yourself safe, yourself, your employees, and the software and the company that you are currently having. And number 10 would have to do with the blockchain part. Look into blockchain, better understand it, and do keep in mind that crypto is not blockchain. Bitcoin is not blockchain. Bitcoin and crypto were built on the blockchain, but you can do a lot more on the blockchain than what I've just mentioned before. So this would be it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this content. Also, do remember to get the book from, you will be able to see it in the description. Yeah, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye-bye.